Good morning and welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. And Sheriff, a real serious subject we're talking about today. We're talking about domestic violence. And, a lot of times people hear that they think of, couples who are not getting along, but it can really end very badly.
Yeah, domestic violence, historically, that's been one of the things that law enforcement, we really struggle with domestic situations. We always talk about it being that situation where we respond to that has the most potential of something coming out negative. And all these years I've been in law enforcement, it continues to be one of the most daunting types of crimes that we can deal with in our community. And I'm glad we're talking about this so that people can understand the telltale signs of what's taking place so we can, in fact, prevent these. In my mind, most of these domestic violence situations are preventable if we can just talk to each other about those.
Right. We have our executive director for the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council on the show today. She's sharing a lot of really insightful information. We're going to talk really a lot about teen dating violence. With the world of social media and computers and text messaging, there are so many forms that this can take.
Oh, absolutely. We talk about how do we prevent it. One is to pay attention to the signs. People who know their loved ones are in dating situations, and the first time a person says something to you that's aggressive, that seems like it could lead to violence, we have to step into that space and be confident that we can talk about that and talk to other people about it so that it doesn't go to the point where it's a violent situation. And we're going to learn a lot about that today with our guests.
That's right, we are, and one of the great things we're going to talk about today is the resources that are available. The great thing is that in our community we have so many victim advocates and individuals who are very well versed on this subject and can walk you through it.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what we got to do. Again, we got to make this crime, this problem in our community, something that's just not taking place in the hidden aspects of a home, but that any of our friends that you've got in this community who you see and suspect that involved in violence, talk about it, talk to them about it, and get some help. Like you said, we got a lot of resources in this community. We got to take advantage of those resources.
Absolutely. But we want to make sure you all stick around today. We do have a full show coming up. We're going to talk about starting the quest early to end domestic violence. Details on a new program at Leon County Schools after the break.
Good morning. I'm Captain Jimmy Goodman with the Leon County Sheriff's Office, and this is your Crime Tip Tuesday.
Follow these simple steps to protect you and your business from check fraud. Use online banking to pay bills whenever possible. If you do write a check, make sure you're using a black gel pen. These types of pens have ink that's more difficult to remove. Use envelopes that are not transparent and seal them securely. Mail checks at the blue postal boxes during normal mail pickup hours. Be sure to report lost or stolen checks immediately to the bank or credit union.
Have a great week. Stay safe out there.
Start your new career as a corrections officer at one of the state's most innovative agencies, the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
When I left the academy, my training never stopped.
Work with state-of-the-art technology.
You can make a lot of money at a very young age.
Starting pay is $50,000 a year with amazing benefits.
Firearms, taser, driving training.
A better work-life balance with more time off.
They're going to sponsor you through the academy and pay you while you're there.
Join the family. Apply today at leoncountyso.com.
Welcome back. Teen dating violence affects millions of young people in the United States. Joining us now with more on the alarming statistic is Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council, Kelly O'Rourke. Kelly, talk to us about what exactly does the council do?
Well, what we do is we focus on a well-coordinated community response to domestic violence, and research has shown that that's one of the two things that will help us to mitigate domestic violence in any community. All of the agencies in town that work with domestic violence perpetrators or survivors, we work together. We meet monthly to make sure nobody's falling through the cracks. We're attacking the problem where it needs to be attacked. Anything that's missing, we add. So we work together well, and we also do a lot of public awareness and education, which is the second thing that will help mitigate domestic violence in any community. And we have a really strong focus these days on prevention.
Okay. One of the things that we're most focused on, domestic violence as a whole, but certainly teen violence. Talk about how prevalent is teen violence in our community?
Some recent data unfortunately show that about 19% of teen relationships will have some abusive features in it. That's like 1 in 12. So that's unfortunate. And a lot of it is actually, there's definitely physical abuse, but there's a lot of emotional, psychological, verbal abuse, technology abuse happens a lot. So, you know, teens are young, they're newcomers to the relationship world, and they're struggling to find their way, and they don't always handle disagreements in the best possible way because they're learning. So that can lead to sometimes a lot of problems in teen relationships.
Yeah, I talk about, and I said earlier in the show that we should be able to sort of figure out how can we prevent it. So what are some of the red flags that teens should be looking for, or anybody perhaps should be looking for?
Well, it's really about control. Domestic abuse is about controlling your partner. And so you're going to see a lot of things that are manipulative or coercion kind of tactics. So some of the things you want to look for is a lot of name calling or putting you down in front of other people to kind of belittle you and keep you under control, telling you what you can and can't dress like or who you can and can't talk to, demanding to see your phone. If they want to say, well, who are you calling, who are you talking to, and I'm your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I should be allowed to see your phone. Not true, but that's something that you'll see a lot of. Somebody who's really jealous, really possessive, doesn't like you talking to anybody of the opposite sex at all except for them. Explosive temper and mood swings is somebody you want to kind of be a little careful about. And there's something they call love bombing. It's kind of a pop term, but it's somebody who just like bombs you with love, and in 2 weeks they're telling you, I love you forever, you're the one. It's like, whoa, that's a little fast. So kind of be aware that somebody who's moving that quickly to kind of take you under their lives that way.
Yeah, you talked about the phone and talked about love bombing. So what role does social media play in all of this?
One of the things that social media does is give anybody, not just teens, but everybody, sometimes a false idea of what love is. You see on there, a lot of the things that you see on social media we all know are not real. People only post their happiest memories or their best things. They don't always post the downtime. So people see this picture and they think that's what it should be like, you know, and they imagine this, you know, Hallmark romance kind of thing going on. So you have to be careful of what you actually see on the social media. But more importantly, as far as protection goes, you have to remember that your posts are forever. So anything you write, anything you text, anything you post is out there forever. So beware, because an ex can help find you that way. That exes can use your social media to find your location, to find where you're going, who you're talking to, what party you've been to. So people, especially teenagers, need to be really, really careful about what they post, and also that they have the highest safety settings set on their social media, and that they block people. Only very, very private amount of friends are allowed to see what they do, because it can be very dangerous otherwise.
Yeah, Kelly, you talked off the air about this new partnership you have with the Leon County Schools. Can you expand on that? Tell us what that's all about. Yeah,
that's a terrific program we've just gotten a grant for, and we've been looking for innovative ways to get the information to teenagers about domestic abuse or domestic violence or teen dating abuse, verbal abuse, other kinds of things. And so one of the things we're going to try is we found that teens need to have like repetition. You know, you got to say it over and over again before it kind of sinks in. So we are going to be doing a 3 to 4 class period, probably 4 class period thing where we're going to, and it's going to be interactive, you know, different kind of things each time, but try to repeat the information over the 4 different class periods in a fun way each time to see if it can really stick to them. So the next time they see some of these warning flags, it rings a bell. So next time they see one of their friends in trouble, they'll know exactly what to do and how to help them. And at the end it'll be an evaluation, and hopefully it'll be a successful way, and if not, we'll tweak it. But we're really excited to have the opportunity to work with students. First, we're going to be doing students in Rickards and Childs High School, and we'll see if we can find an even better way to do some prevention with teens.
Great work, Kelly. Thank you. Still ahead, how to escape an abusive relationship and the resources available to victims after the break.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our member support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
We're back with the Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council, Kelly O'Rourke. Kelly, talk to us about teen dating and what issues are you facing or seeing with respect to teen dating?
Well, one thing we see is that this issue never really ends. You know, abusiveness is really a learned behavior. The teens don't necessarily no one's born this way. No one's born abusive, but we can all learn it from family. If you're in a family that has a lot of abuse going on, in the media you can learn it. You can learn it from your environment, if anything that happens around you, or if you have experienced abuse yourself, you are much more likely to come up and be an abuser yourself when you grow up. So we see that happening all the time. So we've got a lot of information out there trying to prevent these things. We're trying to do push a couple of new projects where you get the information out there, whether they hang signs in the bathrooms. Have you ever seen those little signs they have in women's bathrooms? You could tear off a little slip, if you want to call the number. So those kind of projects. We're also trying to help animals. A lot of people don't leave abusive relationships because they can't take their pet with them, and that's a really big issue. So we're starting now a new program in Tallahassee or Leon County to help have a place where we can put horses, goats, dogs, cats, lizards, iguanas, whatever you've got, so that you don't feel like you can't leave because your animal won't be safe.
Kelly, just this year alone already, we've had 2 fatal domestic violence situations. What are we seeing in a holistic way in Leon County with respect to domestic violence and its impact on communities?
Well, it just tells us that our job is not over. We've got a lot more to do. There's always another abuser, no matter how many survivors we can help with services. It seems like either that abuser finds more victims or they're born every day, new survivors come up. So, new abusers. So our work is never done. We're always trying to continually do prevention with students and teens and constantly trying to educate the population of our community so that they can see these warning signs.
Yeah. What kind of resources do we have in our community? I know you guys and ladies are doing a lot, but what are the resources available?
Well, of course, we have Refuge House, which is our local shelter, and they are kind of a one-stop shopping with everything. They can give you legal advice, shelter, transportation, a lot of counseling, a lot of groups, a lot of opportunities there. They can also do a lot of safety planning with you, because safety is really the most important thing. The most important, most dangerous time of a domestic violence relationship is when you try to leave. And that's when the abuser realizes they're losing control, and they will go out of their way to really kind of do all the things they told you they were going to do, like, kill the dog or steal your this or whatever. So it's a very, very dangerous time. So in order to leave safely, there's got to be some safety planning going on. You don't want to just tell people, you need to leave. That guy's a jerk, or this woman's crazy. You need to leave, because that could be really, really dangerous, and that's the time when they could get killed. Refuge House can help you with all that safety planning. We also have the Office of the Attorney General, which will give you some relocation funding if you need to move out of the place, and they'll help you with that. And we also have websites that show all, like you can call 211-BIG-BEN, or you can go to refugehouse.com, or call their hotline number, which is 850-681-2111, and they will help you walk through what can be done and what you need to do to stay safe.
Okay. Now, what if one of our viewers out there has a family or a friend in an abusive relationship? How can you help them?
Well, we work from an empowerment model. You have your abuser telling you all these terrible things about you. They're trying to break down your self-esteem so you feel like you don't deserve anything better than this, and you might want to stay longer then. Well, there's nothing better out there. So they're beating you down. So what you can do for your friends is give them empowerment. For every time they're taken down, you got to bring them up. Say, you're smart. You're so beautiful. Boy, you really are just so funny. I like being with you. You're going places. Whatever it takes to say positive things to them. And with time, hopefully, they will learn to realize, wait a minute, I can do better than this. I deserve more than this. Let them know that they are a really important person and they don't deserve this in their life. You need to be there and be willing to listen. And make sure that you don't tell them to leave, because as I said before, that's very dangerous, and you don't want to run their life for them. That's what the abuser's been doing. You just want to be there to listen and help, and maybe safety plan with them. Give them the information such as Refuge House and other places they can go to get a safety plan done and make sure that they're safe. But again, always be there to listen and hear what they have to say.
Not everybody's going to see our show here today, so what other ways can, if they're in trouble or need some help, how can they reach Refuge House?
You can Google it. It's on refugehouse.com. But also, since we're talking about teens specifically this month, this is Teen Dating Awareness, Violence Awareness Month, loveisrespect.org is a terrific website that deals with teens and young adult dating abuse. And teens can actually text, chat, or email another teen that works with the program. So they could talk to someone of their own age if they think talking to old lady like me is not going to be really hip, So that's a really great resource on that website. They've got all kinds of quizzes and things to let you know what to do if it's your friend who's the abuser, what to do if you have a friend in trouble, how to help. So that's a good, really, really great resources for teens right there. It's loveisrespect.org.
Kelly, thank you so much for you and the Refuge House do for our community. Up next, in our Deputy on Duty, groundbreaking law enforcement research happening at the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Stay tuned.
On this episode of Deputy on Duty, we explain how the Leon County Sheriff's Office is staying ahead of the curve through research.
RAPID was created in July of 2023 by the sheriff to bring together all the planning and analysis resources of the agency into one unit so that we could be focused on our principal mission of keeping LCSO on the cutting edge of law enforcement and correctional approaches to doing our jobs.
RAPID stands for Research, Analysis, Planning, and Innovation Division. The unit has introduced fresh and innovative ideas to the agency. The team is made up of sworn deputies and civilians who now work to plan to ensure that LCSO evolves with society and its needs.
Knowledge is power, and this sharing of communication is key. So you've got to know what you're talking about and then be able to share it with others.
We know that a great deal of work has gone into researching criminology. We have a great partner in Florida State University College of Criminology that helps us design on a regular basis. There's an old adage, and I believe in it to this day: what gets measured gets done, and that's what we are here to accomplish for the agency.
In October 2023, LCSO was honored with the International Association of Chiefs of Police CIMSI Leadership in Law Enforcement Research Award for their groundbreaking research for the Anatomy of a Homicide project. This achievement was made possible by the dedicated work of the RAPID unit, the masterminds behind the report.
Anatomy of a Homicide was basically a look at the homicides that had occurred in Leon County from 2015 to 2020. And Sheriff McNeil wanted to get beyond just the basic demographics and typical information you see about these. So we looked into the characteristics of those individuals, both the victims and the offenders, to try to look for commonalities. So the importance of the project is really, if we want to address crime, we have to really know what is the problem that we're dealing with. So it was definitely important for us to start trying to get to the root of the problem and address those problems.
With a rise in the use of artificial intelligence due to technological advancements, the RAPID unit is taking the lead to stay ahead and prevent potential criminal misuse of this technology.
Who would have thought that we would be having conversations like, deep fake concerns, the videos produced that could affect elections, could heighten, public fear of crime and such as that.
In light of increasing concerns surrounding technology and AI, Sergeant Smith emphasizes the importance of staying informed and knowledgeable about potential threats and opportunities.
Technology is moving it's just moving at a great rate. Research is so you don't get blindsided by things. You could miss out on an opportunity, a different way to do the job, or you could get blindsided by a threat that you didn't see coming if you don't do your research, if you don't know what's coming.
LCSO's RAPID unit recently secured a grant for part-time roles from the U.S. Department of Justice to support their project on de-escalation techniques with data from July to December of 2023. LCSO is proud to report that data shows majority of interactions between deputies and citizens have resulted in positive outcomes from the public.
One of the long-term projects that we have going is the de-escalation tracking project. That one, we actually pursued a grant from the Department of Justice, U.S. Department of Justice, received that here recently, and we've hired a couple of part-time positions in to support our analysis of body cam footage. Now we can empirically show law enforcement on rare occasion actually goes hands-on and applies force. They use far more esoteric, delicate skills, soft skills, if you will, to bring people back down to a level where the situation is under control.
Another focus area for RAPID is making information like LCSO's annual reports and strategic plans easily accessible to the public. Bordeaux is an administrator on the team and is tasked with creating and managing those projects.
It's very important for us to be transparent and share what we're doing and what our goals and what our agency direction is with the public. The public supports the Leon County Sheriff and Leon County Sheriff's Office. The more they can understand about what we do as an agency and how we're here to support them, the better off we'll be as a community.
The Leon County Sheriff's Office is dedicated to serving the residents of Leon County in every capacity. If you or someone you know is interested in exploring the research side of law enforcement, visit our website, leoncountyso.com, to kickstart your career with the agency. For Leon County Today, I'm Angela Sherrod.
Start your new career as a corrections officer at one of the state's most innovative agencies, the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
When I left the academy, my training never stopped.
Work with state-of-the-art technology.
You can make a lot of money at a very young age.
Starting pay is $50,000 a year with amazing benefits.
Firearms, taser, driving training.
A better work-life balance with more time off.
They're going to sponsor you through the academy and pay you while you're there.
Join the family. Apply today at leoncountyso.com.
In today's society, kindness can sometimes feel hard to find.
Like a purple unicorn.
Cyberbullies hide behind keyboards.
Road rage can accelerate quickly.
And gun violence
has taken our loved ones.
But we can all work to tip the scales of kindness.
Put down the weapons and think before you act.
Pay for someone else's order at the drive-thru.
Offer to pick up groceries for an elderly person.
Or just write a kind note and pass it on.
Find ways to spread kindness.
Spread kindness.
Spread kindness.
Difunde amabilidad.
Spread kindness.
So let's go all in
and spread kindness.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. You can also see who's been booked at the Leon County Detention Facility and follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect.
Welcome back to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. Sheriff, our rapid unit, they really are doing some groundbreaking research and really, it's a model for law enforcement across the country.
Well, one of the things we have to do is, and we haven't in our profession, in my estimation, done a good enough job, and that is to be ahead of the curve. That is looking 10 years down the road and trying to figure out what does law enforcement look like, what does our community look like, and what are the needs. And that's what our research unit is doing right now. It's trying to anticipate some of the technology that's occurring in our community. Technology changes rapidly right now, and certainly if we're going to provide the services our citizens are counting on us to provide, we have to be ahead of the curve. Right. And that's what RAPID's all about, doing the research, doing analysis so that we can, the next generation of tools, we need to be already trying to anticipate what those are.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things, you commissioned the Anatomy of a Homicide report, and then you asked, I remember in command staff, you talking about AI technology and what it means for law enforcement. And there are pros and cons to AI technology, even within this field.
Absolutely. And we've got to figure out from both sides, how do we fortify ourselves against AI being used in a criminal enterprise, and how do we leverage it from a technology perspective to be a tool that we can utilize to assist us in fighting crime. So I am really excited about what we're doing and the folks who are engaged in it. I think we have perhaps one of the most forward-thinking group of researchers. I know Florida State University and FAMU think they're there, but I can tell you our people are right there with them.
We really do have a great bunch. All right, well, thank you, Sheriff. We want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of Leon County Today. We'll see you next week.